Hi there folks, this is Nick from Tentworld Townsville. Today we're going to be conducting an experiment here in Dr. Nick's drink lab where we're going to be comparing the performance of a couple of different coolers. We're putting up the Yeti Colster, which is probably the best thing on the market for keeping your cans and bottles cold, against your old school neoprene coolers and of course a can that's not even in a cooler. So what we're going to be using today, and I've already taken the first measurement straight out of the fridge, is a digital thermometer in the cans. Just to make sure we're getting a nice accurate measurement. So we're going to come back over the next couple of hours and take a measurement every 30 minutes to see how they're going. So these have all started nicely at 1 degree, which is a nice cold drink, I'm sure you'll agree. We also need to be noted, it's pretty warm out here today too, so we're trying to simulate what it would be like if you're out, down the beach or you've gone to the sports or something like that. So standing right here, it's actually about 36 degrees at this table right now, so we're cooking in the sun here a little bit. So we'll come back and see how these drinks are performing. As we're probably going to expect, the coolers are going to do a little bit better than the one that's out of the cooler. But at the moment, that's heated up really, really quickly sitting on the table here in the sun. That can by itself is now 25.4 degrees. The one in the neoprene cooler is at 13.5 degrees. And the Yeti Colster has performed now, it's heated up a little bit, but it's at 6.8 degrees. So look, that's about half the amount of what we're seeing on the neoprene one at the moment. So you can see they are definitely performing a little bit better. We're definitely dealing with extreme conditions here in North Queensland. But whenever you're obviously out in the sun, your drinks are going to get heated up. You're going to probably drink them in about half an hour if it's this hot as well. So look, let's come back and we'll see how we're going. So look, we're taking the latest readings, and look, as we expected, the one without a cooler at all is not performing well at all. We're at 32.1 degrees. The one in the neoprene is not much better off. They're at 22, but the Yeti is actually doing pretty well. Even after an hour, we're only at 8.1 degrees in the Colster. Now that's probably because the Colster is made out of a dual-walled, vacuum-sealed stainless steel. It's actually a food-grade stainless steel, so it's perfectly great to use. You can even drink out of these if you wanted to. So just a moment ago, the can without any cooler at all is warmed all the way up to 34 degrees, which you agree sounds disgusting. The one in the neoprene cooler is now at 26.6, so not much further off, having no cooler at all. And the Yeti is actually performing pretty well. For an hour and a half sitting out here in the sun, direct sunlight, you're only at 13.3 degrees, so you're still just on the edge of drinkable, I'd say. And what we're really dealing with here is the first law of thermodynamics, and that is that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred or change form. And what we're dealing with here is that big sun up there, okay? 150 million kilometers away, there's a giant ball of gas shining down on us with all its heat and energy. And that energy is coming down right into your drink. So the better the cooler, the better it's going to perform, and the colder your drink will stay. Okay, so the final results are in. We've got our final temperatures. Okay, starting at the top, look, we've maintained here at the table 38 degrees, sitting on the surface of there. The can, without any cooler, it's cooking, 34.7 degrees. No one wants to drink that. Not far off that with a neoprene cooler, 29.9. That's also pretty disgusting. And the Yeti has actually performed pretty well for sitting 2 hours in the sun. The double wall insulation has definitely helped that, including the gasket, which obviously is going to help hold the can and hold a bit of the insulation in there as well. It's now sitting on 15.3 degrees, which you might agree is still a little bit warm, but it has been sitting here in the bright North Queensland sun for 2 hours now. So now that we've got that, we'll have a quick look at those results and see what sort of findings we can take out of that. But I think you'll agree that Yeti has performed fantastically for standing here in the sun all morning. So let's take a look at the results we got from our experiment today. All the cans started out at 1 degrees at the start of the experiment, and then we took readings every half an hour after that. The can in the Yeti Colster shot up to 6.8 in the first half an hour, then went all the way up to 15.3 in the hot sun, which averaged at 38 degrees, but that Yeti there finished at 15.3 degrees. The can in the neoprene cooler was quite considerably more than that, 13.5, 22.6, finishing all the way up just under 30 degrees. And the can that didn't have any cooler at all did even worse. That went straight up to 25.4 at the start, somewhat leveling out, but finishing at 34.7 degrees. Now I think you'll agree the can that you want to drink will definitely be from the Yeti Colster in this situation in the hot sun. However, it must be noted, Dr. Nick's drinkability factor dives sharply after that first half an hour mark. So make sure you drink your drinks in a reasonable time frame. So that brings an end to our experiment today. Thanks for watching. I think you'll agree, looking at the results that we're seeing here today, that the Yeti Colster majorly outperforms, using a normal neoprene cooler. So if you'd like to check one out, come on down to a Tentworld store, one of our 13 locations, or go on to tentworld.com.au to buy them online. Thanks.